3, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it's episode 31. Cheers! Thanks for tuning in. We may have some new people. If you didn't watch last week, we had the largest audience, well, ever. Wouldn't you say? Would that be correct?
It looked like it. I wasn't there. You did this all by yourself?
Did it all by myself, which I didn't like. I did not enjoy. But we had fun. And, well, hey, we're back. It's another Sunday. We're back at the Blue Monkey Quarantina. And this isn't going to make any sense, but it's World Wide Web Day, and in celebration, I'm making the Blue Hawaii cocktail, quarantine style. Paul, that doesn't make any sense. Of course not. You haven't been drinking enough. For us, it makes, Shelby, makes sense?
It does.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me. You just have to have a cocktail. Folks, come on in. Blue Monkey Quarantina. There he is, the Blue Monkey, in here, the Quarantina. Only business. Monkey business. Let's go do this. Yeah, are you ready? I hope so.
We are.
Here we are. All right, so Paul, help me understand how this has anything in the world to do with World Wide Web Day. Well, here's the story. Every day I got to come up, not every day, every Sunday I got to come up with a cocktail. So I go through a very, very elaborate process of what do I feel like drinking? Is there something crazy going on? Blah, blah, blah. And so this was one of those Sundays where I was like, man, I'm kind of running out. I'm really not running out, but I was like, let's see what national days there are. And it was World Wide Web Day. And I thought, you know what? I'm curious. I wondered if I searched on the World Wide Web, what was the number one drink that's searched? And, well, what came up was a list of all 50 states with the number one drink. And lo and behold, we've done about every one of them, except for the Blue Hawaii, which apparently is the number one searched drink in, you guessed it, not Hawaii, Montana. So I don't know what's going on in Montana. Apparently, everybody in Montana is like, screw this. I need to leave and go to Hawaii. That's all I can come up with. But it doesn't matter because here we are. We're making the Blue Hawaii. Now, Blue Hawaii. Let's talk about it. 1957. We're going to Honolulu. Of course we are. We're at the Kaiser Hawaiian Village, which is still in existence today. It's the Hilton Village Inn now, I believe. But the Kaiser Hawaiian Village, home of the bartender, Harry Yee. So Harry Yee was actually kind of a bartender in his own right. I mean, he's put out some good drinks. Well, Blue Hawaii for one, but also famous because he created the banana daiquiri. There you go. Shelby's asking, why didn't we do the banana daiquiri? Because she's very afraid of the blue drink we're going to have tonight. But it's okay. She's going to love it. So, now, here's what I can tell you. 1957. A lot of people... Excuse me. That's better. So, a lot of people believe that the Blue Hawaii cocktail is named after Elvis Presley movie, Blue Hawaii. And it does make a lot of sense, except for one thing. The cocktail was 1957, his movie, 1961. This predates Elvis's movie, which tells me Elvis was a big old drunk and he liked this cocktail and made a movie for it. Ha! Never thought about that one, did you? No. In fact, this drink is named after a movie, sort of. You got to go back to 1937. The movie Waikiki Wedding, starring Bing Crosby. And in that movie was the song Blue Hawaii. And our bartender, Harry Yee, big old Bing Crosby fan, he named the drink after that song and Bing Crosby. So there you go.
And his eyes are blue.
And his eyes are blue. Now, don't get confused. We are doing the Blue Hawaii, quarantine style, of course, cocktail. Not to be confused with the Blue Hawaiian cocktail, which came out later, which basically was a bit of a riff on this drink where they switched it up. They got rid of the, you're going to learn, sour mix, put in creme de coco, and that kind of coconut cream. And that's what made it. So it's a sweeter, the blue Hawaiian is a sweeter drink. This is a little more sour because it's got sour mix in it. But now you know where the name came from. Here's the bigger question. Why did Harry Yee at some point in his career say, you know what I need to do? I need to make a blue drink. Well, he actually didn't. So here's the story. We've talked about a lot of different ways cocktails are created. You've heard me tell stories about how they're medicinal, and these people make claims that this, it wasn't really a cocktail. It was actually for, again, for health. Then we've heard, I've shared stories where they've had contests where, you know, they throw out an idea who can make the best cocktail. There's a third one that we haven't really talked about much, and that's when you have a very pushy sales rep who says, will you please take my liquor and put it into a drink so that people will start buying my liquor. And that's what happened here.
Sometimes you just need to make a goal.
Amen. You know what? Sales. ABC, always blue carousel. No, always be, I don't know. Anyway, that's what happened. So Bowls, which is a liquor company, actually used it last week. We used Bowls Geneva, and that's not the same bottle, by the way. I drank that one last week. That's the house bottle. But anyway, Bowls had a whole line of carousels, and they had created in the 50s, they were pushing this blue carousel. So the rep went up to Harry Yee and said, man, I really need you to make a good cocktail using that. And he did. And that is where it came from. So the star of the show, blue carousel. So now here's the thing. We've had carousel before. Carousel, 1896 is when it was created. And you got to remember, now it's from Carousel Island. And way before 1896, Spain, when they came onto the island, they decided it'd be wonderful to plant oranges. One problem. They didn't really grow well because it's a desert. It's an island. There's nothing growing. So these oranges were horrible, and they were bitter, and you couldn't even eat them. And then somebody obviously got drunk one day and said, what if I take the peels off of that orange and turn them into a liquor? And they did. Lo and behold, Carousel was created. Delicious, sweet, with a little bitter hit. But if you notice, and I don't know if you can because it's almost empty, but it's pretty much a clear liqueur. It's got a little bit of an orange hue, but very slight, maybe a light amber. But anyway, Bowles said, wait, we can do better. So in about around 1920, 1930, Bowles created colored carousels. Blue was one of them. And here's the truth. They actually make green, orange, red, and blue carousel. Blue just happens to be the most popular. They're all still available, by the way. Now, I would love to tell you, and there is a little bit of a story here that at one point they tried to use butterfly pea, which is a flower, and when you distill it, it turns to a blue color. And they tried to do that. The problem is that after it sits for a while, it changes colors, so it looks horrible. So, again, not to ruin a surprise, this is all good old-fashioned food coloring. So, blue carousel is carousel with blue dye in it. You are welcome. There it is. But there are some great blue cocktails out there. You've got yourself, you can make a blue margarita, always fun. You can make a blue Long Island, delicious, always. The Blue Lagoon, very tasty. My favorite, the Aqua Velva. Yes, there's a drink named the Aqua Velva that looks just like, I'm dating myself, Aqua Velva cologne. It's basically like gin. Yes, I was looking this up earlier.
That's what I
Joey's like, I think Paul would like a bottle of Aqua Velva because I noticed him searching it on his computer. And I do not want Aqua Velva. Purely purely trying to figure out where this bad boy, for God's sakes, Paul, is there a drink tonight or not? Yes, there is a drink. The Blue Hawaii, again, so not a tough drink. Basically, take a little bit of ice. We're throwing it into our mixer. Now, so here's the funny thing about, again, the difference between the Blue Hawaii making tonight versus Blue Hawaiian. The Blue Hawaii actually has rum. Now, Harry Yee, they said, would sometimes alter this. He'd add a little more vodka if somebody didn't like rum. He'd add a little more rum if they didn't like vodka. He's a crazy son of a bitch, wasn't he? But 3/4 ounces of vodka. That's 1.5 ounces total if you're tracking at home. So there's one for me and one for Shelby, all in one fell swoop. Then you want a light rum, aka clear rum. Another 3/4 ounce per. So there's 3/4, and then one for Shelby. There it is. The star of the show coming in strong at 1/2 ounce is the Blue Carousel. Folks, can I tell you the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life? We were getting ready for this. I said, I got to go buy a bottle of Blue Carousel because I surely have never used it in a cocktail in my life. So I went and bought a bottle today, visiting my local liquor store where they all know me by name. And I bought it. Of course, they laughed at me. And the only thing worse than buying this is coming home to realize I already had a bottle. I have 2 bottles of Blue Carousel now in the house. That will literally last generations. Generations.
Probably 2 ounces are missing out of it.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to go 1/2 ounce. So that's 1 ounce total.
Hangover juice.
Yeah. Oh, there it is, folks. Oh, my goodness. Shelby is so excited about this one. I can tell already.
I can feel that.
Then we're coming in with pineapple juice. Fresh squeezed by Dole. I haven't tried squeezing pineapples for juice yet. Maybe I should one day. But tonight, we're going with the classic can. 3 ounces. Here's the beauty of these cans. 3 ounces per. 6 in a can. Folks, I can't make it up. Dole is another alcoholic. He knows how to make a cocktail. Boom. There it is. And then we're coming in with sour mix, folks. Now, when you hear sour mix, a lot of people tense up and like, ugh, yeah, I don't want that. It's bad. And you see it in those big containers and it's pre-made. And yeah, that is bad. You don't want it. Here's the thing, though. You can make your own sour mix. It's a thing. It's a real cocktail mix. And it's not hard to make. It's basically three parts to 1. 3 parts of liquid to 1 part sugar. So it's 1 part water, 1 part lemon juice, fresh squeezed, 1 part lime juice, fresh squeezed, and then sugar. So I did 1/2 cup. This is 1/2 cup of lime, 1/2 cup of lemon, 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of sugar. Boom. You do your sugar and water, melt it down. Paul, just God's sakes, keep making a drink. All right, fine. Now on this one, we go 1 ounce per. So we're going to go 2 ounces total. There it is. Deliciousness. And the last thing, folks, emergency. Emergency. Harry Yee, which rhymes with emergency. That could be a story if you really wanted it to be. Yeah, that's all I got. Anyway, I'm sure Harry Yee was, actually, I'll come back to this because I know Harry Yee knows all about emergency. So we'll get a little sprinkle. It's orange. I mean, it's going to be perfect in here. It's a great mix. And then, folks, coming in, give it a shake. Now, if you expect this to come out and be pure blue, it will not. And that's one of the differences also between the Blue Hawaii and the Blue Hawaiian. The Blue Hawaiian will be more blue, but the Blue Hawaii will actually be a little bit more of a teal color because of the pineapple and sour mix. Now, go back to your glasses, which I have here now. Now get ready. We're going to spill some, but we're going to do a little bit of chopped ice. Crushed, chopped, crushed. Let's go crushed. That sounds better. And then, folks.
Well, that's what the refrigerator calls it.
This is called. And then we're straining over top. And there it is. Oh,
Fun color.
isn't that fun? That's a teal. It is said that Harry Yee would actually make these, hold them up in the air to the ocean to make sure you had the right color. Could be true. I believe him. Then the garnish. Oh my goodness, the garnish. So we're going to do two things. We're coming in with a couple cherries. Boom. Do those. And then, folks, I don't know if you noticed our little friend here, but yeah, fresh pineapple. Paul, if you had fresh pineapple, why didn't you do pineapple juice? Because I'm a bit lazy sometimes, and that's all you need to know about that. We're going to go right here. Wait, oh, there. That's what I wanted.
Pretty.
Huh?
Pretty.
Folks, there it is. Wait, we can do better. We can always do better. Let's... Folks, make sure you... Boom. How's that?
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
We're not messing around tonight, folks.
No.
All right, folks, boom. Big old pair. There it is, folks. That is your quarantine blue Hawaii cocktail. Paul, is it delicious? Hold on, let me see if I can get to it. Oh, yes. Did we have a recipe up?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, that is delicious. That'll kick your butt. We got rum and vodka in there, and it is nothing but heaven in a glass. It is blue Hawaii in a glass. Let me come over here to get a little close-up action on that. Wait for it. Oh, ching. Nice.
Chink.
So, folks, let me leave you with this little bit of tidbit. So, Harry Yee, the man was, I got to give him even more credit. He actually started the Honolulu Bartenders Institute. So he was the bartender. But here's something even better. He also is credited with this. That paper parasol umbrella and a drink.
Really?
That was him. He started that in Hawaii. He also, the little orchid that would be in a glass, a drink, that was him too. Can I give you the last piece that'll blow your mind? And you'll be like, I'm drinking these all the time because this was his drink. Harry Yee was born in 1918. He's still alive. Yep, it is true. He is 102 years old. And there's an interview you can see with him at 100, still kicking it up. And it's all, I believe, thanks to emergency. You thought I was going to say blue wine. No, emergency. You can ask him. That's what he did. Folks, there it is. There's your blue Hawaii cocktail. Oh, yeah, that's it. Folks, oh, no, I have one more thing. We can make these even prettier. Folks, if you ever do have a nice pineapple, take the, pull out that's, right?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
How's that looking?
Fancy.
Fancy? Well, we want fancy. Folks, there it is. There's your fanciness. Don't be blue. Go get yourself a blue Hawaii cocktail and be happy. Folks, that's all we got for tonight. Subscribe. People recently asked me, Paul, I wish there was a book that you had, and I don't know how you don't know this because I really feel like I have selflessly promoted it, but we do have a cocktail book. $35. Folks, you buy this, I'll sign it, and all of the proceeds, they help kids because we take the money and we buy a coat for a kid. Every book we sell, it gets a coat. Whatever. Unless you don't like kids and, hey, then just buy a book and have a cocktail. Don't worry about the kids. We'll do that for you. Folks, we love you. Good night. Cheers. We're out.